Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about a situation that I've been seeing over the past couple of days unfold over my timeline on Twitter and on YouTube. By the way, you should like and subscribe, just saying. And the reason why I've been so late to this whole thing is because, well, one, I've been trying to grind Mogging Simulator on Roblox, and I've also been getting back into Destiny, and if you've ever played that game before, you know how this goes. However, if you don't know and if you haven't heard, a small-time gaming developer by the name of Anne recently had a bunch of Discord messages leaked, these of course being between him and a minor, with him being currently around his mid-20s and her being around 14. Now, of course, there is a Google Doc about this. We'll be going over some of the stuff that's in there. And son, let me tell you, these messages aren't just freaky, but it's even weirder when you figure out who exactly Anne is. Like I said before, Anne is a small-time gaming developer that went pretty popular last year. A bunch of other creators were playing it, like Corey Kenshin, and that game is called Bad Parenting, which is a horror title that has some of those child abuse elements in the game. So apparently this whole thing started when she sent him a friend request on Discord, with her having her age in her bio, which was 14. They added each other and started to talk and get closer. They VC'd together, played Roblox, and the whole thing started off as platonic, but then the girl started to open up about her family and became more open about her private life. She felt like she could come to Anne as an adult or someone who was more mature than she was, looking for some advice or maybe just to feel better. Anne would end up doing the same, and they became closer over this experience. Eventually they would start dating, and apparently this was the girl's first relationship, and this is when conversations would begin to slowly get more intimate. All the while, Anne knew that she was 14 the entire time, and there are multiple pictures in this document of messages that prove that Anne knew. Wow, same name. Same name as your girlfriend? Yes. You have the same name as my boyfriend too. That's crazy. I love my girlfriend so much. I just want to bite her cute cheeks. Wait a second, what cheeks are you talking about? You're so cute, I'm gonna eat you. Swallow me. I want to live inside your belly. What the fuck, yo? Yo, even she's like, huh? What are you talking about? If I'm being real with you, bro, this is something Chris Griffin would say to somebody. Like, could you imagine that though? Let's say you're like on a blind date or something, right? This guy shows up, and mind you, this is after you've gotten dressed up and all dolled up or whatever, and you've been waiting for him for like 15 minutes, excited to get your date on. The first thing this guy does, whisper down into your ear, and he says, I want to live in that little belly of yours. Now, just imagine that, but Chris Griffin saying it. Now, of course, I'm joking, but this is a pretty serious situation, all things considered. And here's the thing too, I mean, like, I knew that this was going to happen eventually, something like this, right? Simply just based off of the fact that we came off of the year of the pedophile. Yo, I said that too loud, actually, hold on. Rewind. Simply just based off of the fact that we came off of the year of the PDF file, and people were getting exposed left, right, and center. I mean, it was getting so bad last year that I feel like at one point in the Destiny community, people were hoping that Pete Parsons was next. At least then he'd probably step down. And that's neither here nor there though. Let's get back to these messages, because quite frankly, there's still a lot more. I'll lay ears on your belly and try to hear them. I want to live inside your belly, especially my arms and belly. Huh? Moi, right on the belly. Moi, on your big belly. Keep in mind, this is a little girl he's talking to. What? And, you know, for some reason, a lot of people always question why people like this always go after like the younger crowd when they probably live next to some prime age MILF. And, you know, of course, I've done the same thing. I've questioned this multiple times because it really doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why people just can't act appropriately when it comes to children or people who are younger than them. But really, all we have to do is just look at how these freaks talk to girls, and you could probably guess why they couldn't bag anybody their age. Fuck, even my pussy's dry. Jarvis, don't clip that. Here's one example of Anne trying to manipulate the young girl, simply getting mad over Roblox and her not showing up. And I say that this is a form of manipulation because clearly this is somebody who trusts him, given everything that we know so far. And it's also somebody who cares about him deeply, as weird as that may sound given the context. And her responses in the messages just kind of prove that he has a little bit of a psychological hold on her, which also kind of makes me wonder, even though there might not be any pedophilic stuff being done in Bad Parenting, at least not to my knowledge, there's still child mistreatment going on in that game. And, you know, I just gotta wonder if Anne was taking from his own experience with this girl and using that to put in his game. Now, like I said before, there is no like real similarities between what's going on right here in these messages and what happened in the game. However, child mistreatment is still child mistreatment. So who knows, maybe he got some inspiration from himself. Here's something else that's extremely incriminating. My assumption is that they were asking questions about the age of consent where each of them live, and probably asked what it was for her, and she said it was 14 where she was. He says 18 would be better. She says, no, you're cute, you're not rushing me. He says, you don't feel like that? She says, of course not, you listen to me. And then follows up by saying, I mean, kids and adults have a different way of love, and I might make you do the adult way sometimes because I can forget that you're a 14 still and make mistakes. God, bro. Now, if one victim wasn't bad enough, here's another one who was also under the age of 18. And apparently, Anne came out to the same girl that we were talking about before, saying things about him liking this other girl. And the responses of the 14-year-old girl that he's talking to right now, reading them is just kind of bizarre, bro. Because it's almost like she's going along with it, but she's doing it because she doesn't want to lose what she has with Anne, which is all types of messed up. Like, for example, in this message right here, blank is beautiful and funny too. I wish I could be like her. She sounds wonderful. Time will tell. I feel confused. What does this mean? It's okay. You will know in 4 to 5 years. This guy's acting like he's pre-ordering the next Destiny 2 expansion. I'm not sure about that because I don't express my feelings too much. There's a barrier between me and her. A barrier? Yes, and I respect that I won't invade until it's opened by myself. What's the barrier? The age barrier. But I thought she was 19. In 4 to 5 years. In 4 to 5 years when she'll meet me. So she's 14, like me? 15? Maybe, around that. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a grade A pedophile on our hands. I deem that we cancel this cretin, lock him up, check his files, and never allow him access to a computer ever again. Now, I do try to keep serious situations like this kind of lighthearted, even though I know it's like a really bad thing. I guess it's just my weird way of reacting to stuff like this. But I will end off on a serious note. And now something like this, I've said on the channel before, those of you who have been here for at least a year already know what's coming. And it's something that I say when situations like this pop up all the time. But not everybody needs to be famous, okay? There are some people who are just like this guy, gaming developers out there, who make games that children generally play, or even they may make content for kids or directed at kids. But if you ever notice, it's always the wrong people that get famous or some sort of notoriety. It's a shame that this girl had to go through something like this, and this being her first relationship apparently is absolutely absurd. Apparently people have been saying that this is already the 3rd incident like this where a gaming developer has gotten caught doing or saying pedophilic stuff. And honestly, I believe it because, and while this isn't the case with literally everyone, absolute power corrupts absolutely. When you get some sort of notoriety or you get big on a certain platform, sometimes people tend to use that, I guess, level of power and influence to their advantage. And it can sometimes often involve children who don't really know any better, or at least they don't know better until it's too late. So I'll end off with this. At any point you're interacting with somebody online, just be a normal person, dude. Especially if you have something to lose. And if you end up having weird thoughts like this guy, seek some help before you even start talking to somebody. Primarily, seek help in the Bible. I promise if anybody can help you, it's God. With that being said, that's going to be it for me today. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button. If you want more content similar to this, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sub up, stay safe, and peace.